Man, what is really going on with Flau'jae Johnson and Angel Reese? Tensions are starting to mount between the two. Their friendship is on the line. Or will I say, there isn't no friendship? Shocking interview from Flau'jae Johnson reveals something that we didn't know. But we're going to unpack all that here next, here on the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Man, Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson not friends? Who would have thunk it? Now, they are national champions together on the LSU Tigers. They won a national championship. Everything that we saw in the media, how Flau'jae and Angel Reese had each other's back. Saw the excitement when they won the national championship together. We saw the interviews that they had together. We saw interviews with Flau'jae talking about the media circus surrounding around Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, where Flau'jae came out to Angel Reese's defense and said that her and Caitlin are friends. The media made that narrative that they're not. The media made up all the stories. And we saw Flau'jae protecting Angel Reese. Also, that following year, when they lost to Iowa, we saw Flau'jae Johnson at the post-game press conference wiping tears away from Angel Reese's eyes after all the scrutiny and everything that Angel Reese had to deal with that came her way. And Flau'jae Johnson was right there by her side. We saw on Angel Reese's podcast, Unapologetically Angel. Angel Reese addressed some of the accusations about the rumors that were swirling between her and Flau'jae Johnson not being friends. Now, a lot of people say the mothers got involved. This was something that the mothers brought to the forefront with the kids, and it's a fallout between the mothers causing Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson to distance themselves from one another. But this is downright asinine for two people of that caliber to win a national championship game together and then all of a sudden stop being friends. Now, you can speculate all you want, you can read into it all you want, but sometimes jealousy gets involved. I don't know if it's all the success Angel Reese is having on and off the court. Flau'jae Johnson feels some type of way, but we know what Flau'jae brings to the table. Not only is she a basketball player, she's a rap artist. And we know all the attention that she gets, all the interviews that she gets. We know the NIL deal she's got. We know she's a Puma person. Angel Reese is a Reebok person. Angel Reese got all these brand deals outside of basketball. I don't know if Flau'jae feels some type of way about that. I'm just speculating because a lot of people out there speculating what happened between Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson. Now, it's kind of crazy because this interview that Flau'jae Johnson had leading up to the BET Awards, it was bad timing. And the reason why I say it was bad timing is because all the scrutiny that Angel Reese is facing right now, all the hate that she's getting, all the vitriol, all the backlash, all the slander, and then for Flau'jae Johnson to come out and say the things that she said, it's just bad timing. And that just puts more gas on the fire to engulf into a bigger flame. Because we all know that Flau'jae Johnson and Angel Reese was inseparable at LSU. All the interviews they did together, all the appearances they had when they was together. So that makes you wonder, was that friendship ever real? Or somebody to just say, we're not friends, it's got to be a reason. It's got to be something behind the reason why there was a fallout. Like I said earlier, a lot of people said it was beef between Flau'jae's mom and Angel Reese's mom, caused friction between them two. But we only can speculate. But the tensions are mounting between the two, and it's ridiculous to see Angel Reese this far in her career, 2 years in the WNBA, having the success that she's having on and off the court. Flau'jae Johnson, the success that she's having at LSU, and then the potential to keep adding on to her game to be potentially have this circulating around and people addressing it and people asking you about Angel Reese. It's just bad timing. So Flau'jae Johnson went on an interview with the Breakfast Club leading up to the BET Awards. And let's take a listen to what Flau'jae Johnson had to say. Take a listen.
What's your trajectory as we wrap up? For me, when I met you, I also got to learn who Angel Reese was as well. And you guys, it seemed like you guys were so close. And I know recently she said that you guys, she said that she still supports you guys, but you guys aren't as close as you used to be. And I think we're used to seeing y'all like yelling about each other all the time. So what is that? Is it just are you friends still, or?
We're not friends, but I mean, like that bond and that we had, and that thing that we did together, win the national championship. You can never take that away from us. And so, you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes like stuff happens. You wish it don't happen, but it do. And you just gotta grow. But I mean, like, I support her in everything she do. Like, she killing in the WNBA. I be on social media, you know what I'm saying, clowning the folks that be trying to talk about down on her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just proud of her. And but like, you know, stuff happens.
And what you said, you guys aren't friends. Is that because of some of the things that we've seen before with the conversations with your people?
Yeah, it was a lot of media. It was a lot of locker room stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, stuff that go on behind the scenes. But, you know, it happens. It happens.
Well, look, I hope y'all have a...
Well, you heard what Flau'jae Johnson had to say. And, you know, Flau'jae Johnson, I guess she answered the question to her best of her ability, but it was just bad timing. I think she could have answered it in a different way, because she was honed in on saying we not friends. And then she went on to say a lot of media things, a lot of locker room things. But for you to let the media separate y'all two, that just goes to show your maturity. I mean, like you said, you're growing, but in the same sense, you say you support everything that Angel does. You supporting her, you clowning people that's talking about Angel on social media, but you still support her, but you're not friends. It's a reason why you're not friends. And, you know, Flau'jae Johnson was nominated to be the sports person of the year for BET along with Clarissa Shields. And we know Angel Reese took home them honors. And now it seems like Clarissa Shields is kind of salty behind that, because she said, I thought accolades matter. Now that Angel Reese won that award, how do you think Flau'jae Johnson feels? I mean, you're not friends, so is it one of these situations where Flau'jae Johnson wants to get out of the spotlight of Angel Reese? She's always second to Angel Reese. That's just like you go back and look at the LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony story and the Kevin Durant story. They always was second to LeBron James. So is this one of them situations where Flau'jae feels kind of slighted, that she's always behind Angel Reese? Angel Reese always get talked about first before Flau'jae. Even when you bring up the national championship game, they always talking about Angel Reese before they throw Flau'jae in there. So is it one of them situations where you feel slighted, you feel a little jealous, you feel a little animosity toward Angel Reese? These are just things I'm speculating. I'm trying to get to the bottom line of this, so I'm trying to figure out why they are not friends. So it just bothers me that two people that was inseparable all of a sudden are not friends. Something is not right. Like I always say, what don't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. I see everybody in the comments section, #salute. Y'all get down in the comments section and let me know how y'all feel about this situation and what do y'all think the issue is between Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Sometimes with the notifications, I know YouTube be sending the notifications late. So if you do got your post notifications on, try this. Turn them off and turn them back on and see how that works for you. Oh yeah, just in case I forgot, tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.